Good morning, folks. It's 10:09 a.m. on the 15th day, 4th month, 2023. I'm here looking at all the infrared data for the entire planet for the last 12 hours. And I like to do this often, and I relax my eyes, and I look for patterns. I look for weird diversions of flows, as I know what should normally appear. Man, I see two patterns going on here. I see a square here and here. It's caused a 5-point star here to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I see the same over here in the Indian Ocean going into Europe. It has same hazed out look. So if I can spin this around properly and it actually sees me, I have to really slide back. So let's imagine that this is the 5-point star, and I turn it and it spikes in it, catch another one from up here, it starts to turn, right? Using fluid dynamics, outflow boundaries, you've created a gear that can mesh like that, all right? So as that's turning in the ocean, each one of those is a spike. I'm going to see if I can find another thing to use. Is this piece of toilet paper is going to now be a visual aid of a point, right? Meaning another point will turn it, right? Well, as that releases it, boink, it's like a little oar going through the water, and it creates little eddies. Well, rather large eddies on this scale. You know, this is planetary scale, oar stroke, right? It could be 500-mile wide blade creating large eddies down low on the low deck or on the high deck, depending upon where the oar was aimed, or the V shape, if you will. If I hold this up, noise says I'm doing hand gestures. You guys are so anal, by the way, retentive. I have to use this. I couldn't resist that. Boom! He drops the mic. Yeah, so watching basics of fluid dynamics, you can see right down here a diversion in the flow, a very steep dip, right? It's caused by this heated flow of this square out here, here, and here. And squares laid over the top of each other can make that star-looking formation, or straight lines of a string, or it can even do it. So this is going to cause some a big flow down here. It's going to cause a big, huge low to form here that's going to push this one actually into Alaska and into the Arctic. While this is coming down from the pole, it is a bad situation going on. They don't show you the data all the way up here, but there's been evidence of a beam swat has occurred coming in here near the end. Boop, 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 bzz, 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 bzz. It looks a bit like a HARP deployment. And I see a bit of the fuzz up here as well. So if you go to the center of that arc, it pretty much just lines up with here at Gencon, Alaska, where the HARP facility is. So it's blasting some movement over the poles up the north. And we got a lot of action down here in the south as well. So as I zoom in now, I'm going to show a couple areas that are going to have some problems. And we got some problems for the Cook Islands coming big time. Over the next 5 days, they're looking at about 20 centimeters of water. Here, this is one of the Cook Islands. Just quick, so I can quickly find these things. And this is the island of Awawa. Look at the bombs going over the top of them. Oh my, would you look at the go. Boom! Right off here. Chemtrails, chemtrail. Boom, 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 plumes there going off your coast. Over this other island, Kimmy ain't a gato. Sounds like a gato cake of some kind. What kind of cake are we going to do here? I'm trying not to swear. We all know how that goes, right? The more you try not to do something, the worse it's going to get. So should I get it out of the way now? No, because that would be on purpose. Hey, see all the bombs here off the coast of these islands here? This is geoengineering, fueling the demise of these people. They're about to see 15 to 20 centimeters of water out through the Cook Islands, and some of them are going to be seeing even 30, because you get some terrible tendrils sitting out here just ready to be aimed. Oh, these poor people on these little islands. So let's hope we can get some messages out to all the, whoa, all these outlying islands here. And let's see who's Fubario and who's not. That's not a very good place for an airport. It's all the low areas. You're gonna want to move your planes. Yeah. Don't complain. You got boats in these harbors, and you're gonna get wet if there's wind hemming everything up. It'd be a good place to put your boat. That's my boat. We have 3 churches there. If you have some store problem, you might want to move your vestments, all your precious stuff. Do you have church competitions? My bell is louder than yours. I'm going to go to heaven first. No, all at the same time. And then you get judged somewhere going down. And the people that do this to people need to be going down bad. So let me give you a quick weather radar look from out here, because I don't have too much data for these islands. Yeah, that's also another sadness to me, is that they don't even have a decent weather radar to look at. So I have to go to a satellite image to get their basics. And all I'm saying is, bomb for all the Cook Islands, and you're going to see some terrible tendrils. Look at these bombs over here on this island. Oh, boom, winter sunny day. Boom, acid rain. Boom. Let the truth sink in. Let that boom into your minds. And then I'm going to... I'm seeing some very high totals for Nelson, New Zealand again, and Hawke's Bay area. And then they changed their totals in 2 hours, so I'm of course, screenshotting. You see the bombs right there? This is a bad situation. For the poor ocean life here, you be eating this seafood, man. It's all sift and all that. Yeah, the new nanobot clams. That's not a pearl in your oyster. I wonder if we could look at oysters and see if we pick up any nanotech being included in their formations. Well, this is going to generate some light, and eating that's not good. Not good for New Zealand. So I'm going to take it down to the thrace. Roll a moment. Have a sip of my caffeinated coffee cup. Oh no, it's getting low. That's never a good thing. And hello, Lisa Forge. I can see a few comments once in a while, so when I film with my phone like this. Is that image a bit better? I took it off of autofocus. It seems to not be doing that playing about bit as much. Bombs. It's just staying here. Boom, boom, boom. You would think all that moisture would just channel across so you can have this band here with less in it. But no, something's going on here. Something. Could it be chem bombs? Chem bombs, perhaps? Well, you won't see too much definition of nothing in that white out there. So, we'll really have to just look at the edges here, because we don't invent data to suit ourselves. Some people do, though, and that's why we're in the position we're in. Yeah. You would have had it worse if you hadn't had that. Yeah, would you have had it all if you didn't have that? Yeah, plausible deniability, where you just say something and just sell. At least I can prove my rings are silver. Yeah, the only rings they're interested in is on your backside. Boom! Look at this crap tendriling over here into New Zealand. There's not much flow through Cook Strait. You see the... Get a big, like a microwave dam put up here of square. No flow is going to go through that way. So that's going to hold everything more readily in the Tasman Sea. And then cause things to bunch up here, 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 and here. Hear ye, bunching up the water, here, there ye. How dare they? How dare they toxify the air? They over here and over there, they wanting you to do as told, or wanting you not to grow older, wanting you to pay retirement, yet you'll never ever get. Here's another one of those star formations that they can then very easily spin. Hobart. Bombing up bastard streets. Bass, boom, 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 pow! Pow, bam, biff, baff, the onomatopoeia skies. What a fucking shame. Look at these dots out here. You know what those are? Those are chem bombs. That's not just all microwave popcorn clouds. Why? Because to make popcorn, you gotta throw the seeds in the pot. And geoengineering creates the clouds. that then the geoengineers can seed. It's right. It boiled it all down into a way you might be able to win a lawsuit. I don't think so, because the definition of cloud seeding and geoengineering are different. Yeah. So ask Senator Malcolm Roberts, would you please look into the geoengineering of the Lismore floods and not cloud seeding? That would be great, because I've been asking you to do that a year, and maybe you'll win. Boom! Look at this crap over here. We got a big square with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots in it. We got 3 down here. I'm gonna go backwards 10 minutes. Oh, we got more bombs. Bam, 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 bam. All stoned. Society's all stoned. They're the modern Stone Age family for fucking sure. Lying in bed and saying they're woke. You know what? It's okay to wake up, but if you're hitting your snooze alarm too often, you ain't never gonna get nothing done. And if you don't get out of bed and get off your computer and get out that door into your front of your houses of governance and demand in such a way that they understand that this is unacceptable behavior, then this unacceptable behavior can be expected to continue. People say, why are they doing this? I say, because we let them. And this big S in front of this. Snakes. Snakes in the grass. Snakes in the grass burning out the grass. Look at the tendrils coming from a central deployment point. Boom, 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 boom. Could be a very high altitude platform up there. Lobbing the chem bombs off in the form of fireworks. Had a guy over there, he just looks like, you know, the computer guy. He's just lobbing the bombs. Boom, boom. It's not all done with jet planes. And we damn sure don't consent. We don't not consent to this disgustingness. It is. It's absolutely disgusting. What is that? I just took a screenshot. No, I don't want to invite friends. Why would I do that? You'll have to excuse me a minute. I'm trying to turn my camera around. There we go. I'm on the screen again. Maybe I was the whole time. Look at this crap here in the center. Drawing a curve. It makes it look like you still got a storm circulating around on the radar. It'll definitely give off a good radar return. As we go across the center here. Yeah. Oh, doesn't that look like you still got a big curving line of a tropical some kind of storm? Well, you're going across Mount Isa. Ain't got a chance in hell of making it past that thing without it directing the flow. So it's splitting it. That goes that way. Whoop. One goes east, one goes west, and the whole fucking cuckoo's nest is coming down into the brains of the population, where they copulate bad thoughts. Corella Crate definitely having a bad time. This is a big bad cell being blown up over here for these bombs. Boom, 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 boom. And where the twain meets is over this lake, and you're going to have some issues, because lake sky has some beautiful effects sometimes on storms with blowing out holes in the cloud. And so that creates incredible flows. So that's all right over into this direction right here, the misdirection of them. I'm telling you, it's climate change. Well, look what they're doing. This was your circulation. This is what they said was going across your country in a circular fashion. All I see is squares. This is just a man-made mess. Going over the top. Curve straight. Curve straight. Curve straight. Straight curve. And a big straight there. How many directions of the wind you have here? Did you have like a 5-mile wide tornado? Maybe 10, 15 miles wide between here and here? I seriously fucking doubt it. What you have here is a shitstorm of chemicals falling out from the sky. Chemicals that are nucleating cloud condensates and creating the natural conditions, reproducing the conditions that natural weather systems would form in. In other words, making the warm tropical water type effect that would continue the flow of a landocane or a hurricane when it was out to sea is now being done slam over the desert. Yeah, and it's not normal. It almost looks like Chinese letters there. No, you are fucked. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 boom, 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 a plume, your lawn, bomb, bomb. They love you, so you're screwed, boom, boom, bombs. Boom! Right there. Boom over here, boom over there. Here a plume, there a plume, everywhere a plume, plume. Old Bill Gates has too much wallet. Yeah, while we heave and hoe. We grow calluses. He grows moobs. Well, this guy sucks worse than the Dalai Lama. Tell you, the system don't want you to talk. They'll suck that tongue right out your mouth. And I make no excuses for that. That man was educated at university in England. He knows the language and the customs. Sorry, you don't tell children to suck your tongue. That's just these are the people that push this SRM, solar radiation management program. These are the oppressors that say you should live in 15-minute lockdown cities. These are the people that say have it, or you have no job. These are the people that locked down our whole planet, shredded our economies, ruined all our dreams, and then tell me, how dare me? Now, how dare everybody not say geoengineering is wrong? How dare you tell me that this is not real when I show you right in front of your eyes? When the blind lead the blind, the world is going to walk off the edge of the flat earth. You got any questions about that? About how the blind lead the blind? Or this whole eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth? Well, no wonder everybody can't eat no more. They're walking around blind because we don't pick each other's shit out our eyes. Well, guess what? Wipe the sleepers out your eyes and realize that your skies are taxified with this Nazi symbol right here over the center of your country. Right there. For your eyes. Do you not see that? That the Fourth Reich must be called the Fourth Industrial Revolution, and that the master plan is being sold and how to rebuild your cities, but they don't mention your name anywhere. But some of the maps have your house on it that they went. Remember the days of the Old West. Earth in there, solved with a posse. So quit acting like a bunch of pussies when you need to be a posse. And now let's have a look at the weather plan. I want to talk to my posse. Here, I'll zoom you way back. Here, come back here, so I can catch the fuckery of the Cook Islands. Right, over to today, you can expect, they got 2 days, I'm going to come in here. Right, this is going to be bad through here. This lightning is going to be very fierce. As they split the flow on this storm. See that conversion line where these two meet? It's going to send two very distinct tendrils out, which is going to have an effect of spinning the low, which is then going to pull this shit up from the bite, which is going to impact Canberra and all that. So as I zoom back, you're going to see the move. The weather plane. Let's turn some of the particles up. Yes, this looks less dramatic. You won't get as stressed out. As we breathe and we go, chem bombs really suck, man. So let's just go on out there and get busy. We'll roll up our sleeves and hold a garden. Fuck this drain and this swamp shit. It's time to undam the dam. That's right. That old beaver dam need to go. Yeah, that one that's coming down toward New Zealand is going to do a weirdness, watch. This is a weirdness. As this gathers there's got to be a big beam to come up here within the next 12 hours to start manipulating that. It has to happen. There's no other way to move this. Hey, so I'm watching for it. See the split there? There's a beam has to do that. So that's a perfect line for Blenheim or a burnt pine itself, because it's right off its coast when that moves. And I far off and see storms do very weird things when they get near that island. But, you know, that's always my business. And as we head in toward the 20th, you're going to see the fucking of New Zealand occur again. And then I'm going to show you the discrepancy in the totals. Because this is not cool. Here we are, we're right over here now. Here come the bombs. Wellington, not going to be doing too well. Cooked like beef. Bzzt, Wellington. Would you like the bzzt Wellington? A la Blenheim sauce? No thank you. No spank you. Yes, spank you. Their gang has come to town. The anthill mob. Remember, whenever there's a dastardly, there's a motley laughing somewhere. Okay? Right, that doesn't look good. Now I'm going to show you some discrepancies here that I'm not happy about. Right. When I turned on this stat this morning over here on this screenshot, yeah, I had it ready to go. At 8:19 this morning, and the 15th day, 4th month, right? Same date. It was only a couple hours ago. They showed me these totals for Napier in this bay. Okay? And excess. Now I go over to excess at 2 hours later. Now I was just looking at some maps. And I go over to excess 2 hours later. And that's totally gone. So why? Why did they do that? Why did that change? Because all the flow shows me that accurate. That's an accurate total. And because of all this, it's headed down their way. It's a very accurate total, actually. As they move this streamer down, as I showed you through here, it to me seems like quite an accurate total. So why would they change their mind? Whole tendrils coming through there. One little beam stall, that thing just perks. So I'm going to be watching this very, very closely, for what's going to happen on Saturday and late Friday night in New Zealand on New Zealand time. Okay? I'm going to watch this very closely, man, because there's a big difference in the totals being shown in 2 hours. And it's not the first time they've done that. Huh? That's right, so I'm going to be watching it. I don't trust that. The only other area of main flooding interest really that's going to go on is up in the Can corridor up here. You're going to see some high accumulations on the 10 as they work a low tendril all the way over in through this corridor here. And I'm not even sure it's not going to come down as far as Mackay. It all depends on the trajectory of the low and how much of this tendril here it's coming down to us. And that's coming down. Gets to you and how quickly. So we're going to expect these totals to rise. I mean, some of these islands are going to get buried on the 10s as they move in a lot of water through here. You see, it's not on the 5s. That's a new movement. And that's because stuff that's coming from here in this tendril that they split from, let's see if I can show you up here. The stuff from up here that got split from the Philippines gets aimed down your way. It takes a little while to move them through here. So I'll be watching this very closely. Yeah, some terrible totals coming. What a fucking shame. Now I got to show you your other weather here that I promised series. Okay, I've gone over that pretty much. I haven't done Oz proper because I zipped to New Zealand. Right. Boy, look at that spinner coming through the Vanuatu corridor there. Whammies. Yeah, that was a quick kiss there to your South Coast, wasn't it? But she's going to be packing a punch when she comes through. So if you see the hails and stuff, I won't be surprised. I don't think there's enough tropical flow down that far south to yield a tornado. The conditions don't seem right for it. But I'll be watching it closely because EMF and chemical catalysts can provide those conditions at any time. Man, you guys are in for a week. In for a week. At least I ain't seeing none of the big reds when it's coming to the totals here yet. I think you're around here is when you're going to have problems. They're wrong on these totals. They're really wrong. Very, very wrong on the totals. South Mission Beach through to Innisfail and through here. Get ready. You get ready to rumble. Don't be caught up the creek. Start curving that paddle. It's time for them to get a paddling. Geoengineering the world, that's a paddling. Really. It's time for paddling somewhere. And I'm not talking about the one that they're getting pleasurably. Or is that why they're getting into that? Because they know they deserve a paddling. Bonnie Doon. It sounds like you should be in Scotland with a name like that. Warburton. Be pinching a loaf up there. Where's all that water run? Oh man, you might get some flash flood action there. Where's it all going? It's all going to Yard Junction launching place. What do you think about it, Mr. Horse? We got any new snows? Yay, no snows on the 10s. That's good. No, wait a minute. We got a little bit of tickle in the high Alps up here. Yeah, you get to go for a little frisky work over there in Pearsher Village, Bailey. It looks like after the 5s. No. Oh, it's better. Oh, that's soon. You can go for a snowy walk. It's nice. I always love the crunching sound underneath my shoes. Crunchy snow. Not styrish snow. You know, lighter gives off soot when you burn it, right? And water can go from ice to a gas without leaving a drop of water behind that you call melting. It's called sublimation. Learn about it. Right, it looks like I'm pretty happy with my forecast for you today. I'm going to now do a little bit of a tour. Show you a bit of the abominations of it. Let's go from the Darwin area here. The total should stay white out. Milky skies. Very aluminum hydroxide looking. That's probably land feature. Well, just row upon row of microwave clouds in a chem-bomb matrix. Blowing off some Steve here. Boom! And it came out with lots of little deployment. Boom, 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 boom. It's like walking and farting as you're walking across the room. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Got old bubble guts here going out to sea. Bombing it up, man. Bombing it up. Can be bammy bombs. Bendy clouds. And they give a new name to everything all they want, but it doesn't mean it's a naturally occurring thing. You know, they invented something called Corinthian leather to sell car seats. Make it sound exotic. Something called digestive bifidus was invented by the Dan and Yogurt people. They coined that phrase just to say it sounded like something. Because I looked it up. So sometimes you'll hear me say, that's just fucking bifidus. It's just sales pitch crap. Yeah. But in the center of these blown out places, you'll see the tendrils. Doom, doom, doom. The chemical trails. Doom, doom, doom. A chemtrail. Chemical catalyst. If they're making a cloud, it's a chemical trail. Or would you prefer I call it a chem cloud? Because I'll do that. But I'd rather just call it a chemtrail because we always have, and you don't tell me what the hell I can call stuff. And look at that Bell End cloud out here. Or is that just a smiley face? Because Bill is making a lot of graphics with this storm here. As he knows he's going to get to buy some new houses. As the microwave's blasting in 2 different directions here. Bzzz, over a center emanation point. What town that is? You're in nowhere land. That's over near Lake Dennis. Evidence of geoengineering right in your skies. Look at that left turn. When you turn to the center of it, what do you see? You see geoengineering. That's a hell of a vortex there in the center of that cloud. The marvel of the 369. Northern Tanami Indigenous Protective Area, you have been sprayed like bugs. They're killing you. You're being killed. Canteen Creek, you're being asphyxiated. The gas chamber has come to you. Tennant Creek, the gas chamber has come to you, and they have turned the fryer on. Somebody left the fryer on at work, they get in trouble. Well, this fryer's on far too long. Far too long. That would have been 90 minutes after that image was taken. And you see how hazed out it got in that amount of time from their deployments. Big square over the Mount Ice of next red radar station. You can't hide your frying skies because they're right here in front of us. And your eyes ain't going to lie to you. Your mind will. Your eyes are going to see what's there. Your mind will tell you how to interpret it, right? And that devilish looking face, my mind's imaginary, and sees a devil face right here, right? It's interpreting a devil face in these chem bombs. And if that's a man-made deployment, is it possible somebody's doing what we used to call geosculpting, or blowing off chemicals until they could make a face in the clouds? And it even got a horn on his head. And on a Sunday, when people are supposed to go to church and pray, that's going on. Do you find that acceptable? Hey, should I get a good screenshot of that, or should I go down and look at the Phantom of the Opera mask a little further south? You off it here. Over to my faces collection. Geosculpting collection. Slowly burning, coming situation. The Phantom of the Parliament House. Boom, 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 boom. Plum, 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 plum. Boom, 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 boom. Can bomb, boom, 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 plum, 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 plum. Christina! Just descending, just bombing you on purpose. Chemical attack on the innocent, peaceful populace of Australia who might want to sleep with their windows open. But would you sleep with your windows open if you knew chemical catalysts and nanobots and things were, as they are actually known, falling out from the sky? Because we pick them up actually embedded in the leaves of your organic lettuce in your gardens. Under microscopic conditions, you'll see fibers and stuff. And, well, you can't say that's because the plant put it in its own self, or that the plant had on a sweater that gave it that. So it was wicked up into it from the soil, or small enough to go inside it through its pores itself, if it was allowed to grow. Because, you know, when you white out a sky underneath here, nothing's getting its naturals. Nothing's be able to get its vitamin D. They're just getting the big D right up the old wazoo. Look at the shadow on the edge of this front line here. This is geoengineering that does that. It's those big beams. The ones I show here that come across. And a big beam came across the world. Look at the straight line that goes across the United States. Here. Fried right there and on up. That was weather manipulation. That blast held this down in the Gulf of Mexico so they could release it a little later this week. As in when it's wanted, when it meets the right flows to cause the storm that's wanted. Why? Because megalomaniacs are allowed to donate to universities for projects that are unsound. And Harvard University, in their ScopeX and geoengineering type programs that seem to be depopulating not just us, but all life on this planet, it needs to cease. This put planet before profit. Okay, not even people anymore. Put the planet first. You're on the planet. Those creatures are on the planet. Okay, and today we got a plan to fix this. All right, so have a happy Sunday. And it was sad to show you all that. And big love to you. Peace.